You don't need to pay insane roaming charges or buy overpriced local SIMs at tourist traps. eSIMs are the way. Seriously, it is much cheaper, much more reliable. The only question is, which eSIM to pick? I'm going to compare two of the biggest names today, Saily versus Airalo, and share my experience with each of them. If you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, eSIMs are a virtual SIM card that you can use to connect to the internet while traveling. It's supported on most newer phones, and it's been and remains the most effective solution, like 70 to 90% cheaper than roaming, or 99.9% cheaper if you're this unlucky guy. Just using Google Maps can account for 3 megabytes to 20 megabytes of data per hour, and if you put on a Netflix show, that can cost like 50 megabytes per minute in HD. An hour of TikTok or Instagram Reels binges can cost you anywhere up to about a gigabyte. But eSIMs are prepaid. You can choose how much data you get and for how long. So there's just no way that you can run up a $500 bill. Plus, the eSIM does not fully replace your original SIM. There's no eSIM card, just an app that installs a virtual version of a SIM. So you can keep both active, eSIM for data and your carrier SIM that can receive urgent texts or calls to the phone number like it normally would. And on top of that, eSIMs are very affordable too. I put links to both Saily eSIM and Airalo eSIM in the description, and these ones will give you a nice additional discount too. Or just scan one of these QR codes. However you do it, keep in mind that the price depends on your destination and your chosen plan. For, say, a simple week-long trip to Spain, a gigabyte of data, it's going to be about $4 of Airalo and just over $3 of Saily if you use the discount. But I've noticed that Saily is generally a bit more affordable in most places. Both Saily and Airalo work in 200+ countries, and both let you pick not only a country plan, but also a regional one. Like if you're traveling through Europe, or a global one for Mr. Worldwide that zips around the globe on their private jet. Not me, unfortunately. Saily eSIM also has an Ultra plan that unlocks the full Nord security suite. I am talking NordVPN, NordPass, etc. And it gives you extra travel perks like VIP airport lounge access. Very nice. But personally, I'm not in the right tax bracket for that one. Now, when it comes to extra features, there's actually only one thing I can point out about Airalo eSIM. In some countries, it allows plans with calls and texts added. That does raise the price, but it will still save you some money compared to the usual carrier charges. Other than that, the Airalo app is pretty simple, both in terms of setup and usage. You just get a plan, go through the eSIM installation steps, and you will have internet pretty much as soon as you land. For me, it usually kicks in a couple of minutes or so. Now, Saily is also super simple to set up, and you only need to do it once, no matter the destination. I think the app is more intuitive, and I really like that I can top up the plan's data anytime I need. But overall, the Saily app has more going on, like a built-in ad blocker which can save you around 28% of data. That is pretty significant, especially if you get a smaller data package. There's also web protection, which automatically filters out known phishing sites and sketchy domains, so you've got a bit of a safety net there. And finally, you'll notice the virtual location feature, which masks your IP address and lets you appear to be browsing from another country. And that's going to be pretty handy for accessing your home streaming libraries while you're away, or just keeping things a little bit more private. So yeah, I think my take on eSIMs is pretty clear. There is absolutely no reason you should overpay on roaming charges, when the alternative is both cheap, easy to use, and in terms of connection, a lot more reliable too. What about the Saily versus Airalo decision though? My personal pick is Saily. It's a little cheaper, and I found myself actually using its extra features a lot. But if you know you'll need calls and texts on your trip, go for Airalo. Either way, I have dropped both Airalo and Saily coupon codes in the links in the description, so make sure to use those to get the best price. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.